This morning, police asking for help to locate a missing boater on Lake Monona. What you can do.
Plus, an escalation in the battle between the Trump administration and Harvard University. The new stipulations on the institution's students.
And Run Madtown is back this weekend. All you need to know about the race and the impact.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Friday. I'm Kyrie Lee.
It's what day?
Friday.
You know it. You know it.
Not Friday. Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
Here we go. Sun is shining. We've just had such a gloomy, cruddy week. When that sun finally poked through yesterday, it's like, it felt so good. It was good to see the sun again. It felt even better.
It was a relief.
We got some more in the forecast, too.
Yes. Let's check in now with meteorologist Vanna Brito out on the patio in Madison this morning. How's it going?
We're going to see more sunshine and it is cool, but at least we'll see temperatures warm back up. We're only at 9 miles per hour right now. Those are the wind speeds in Madison. Not terrible. And most of southern Wisconsin waking up to calm winds. 45 right now in Madison. I still think we'll see temperatures fall. Some spots are cooler, though, in the 30s. That's a little bit more widespread, more areas adding onto those 30s like Camp Douglas and Watoma. Those places are down into the mid, couple spots in the upper 30s. That's where patchy frost is a little bit more likely. Any areas you see in blue, and that's mainly going to be north of here across central Wisconsin, especially northern Wisconsin. Those temperatures up there a bit cooler. We're looking at the 60s today, and then when we see the 70s return, I'll talk about that coming up.
All right, we'll talk to you then, Savannah. Thank you. New this morning, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is asking for more help this Memorial Day weekend in the search for that missing boater on Lake Monona. As water traffic increases over the holiday weekend, police are asking you to be on the lookout if you go boating or swimming. And if you see anything on Lake Monona that is suspicious or it looks out of the ordinary, please call 911 and provide a description as best as you can. You know, that boat, it was Friday evening that it capsized. One person drifted to the shore. 2 of the 3 people who stayed on the lake have been rescued. Again, 1 person is still unaccounted for.
There's a new escalation in the battle between the Trump administration and Harvard University. The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement Harvard can no longer enroll foreign students, and existing foreign students must transfer or lose their legal status. Harvard condemned the move as unlawful. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem ordered the termination of Harvard's Student and Exchange Visitor Program certification, citing the university's refusal to provide conduct records for foreign students. This could impact more than a quarter of Harvard's student body. Records show more than 6,700 international students made up roughly 27% of its enrollment in the 2024-25 academic year. It's still unclear when and how the policy will be implemented. Experts say legal challenges are likely.
Meantime, a federal judge is blocking the Trump administration from terminating the legal status of foreign students. Lawsuits were filed by multiple international students whose immigration records were changed in a way that they said made their presence in the U.S. illegal. The nationwide preliminary injunction is a major blow to the Trump administration's efforts to wipe away the records of international students. The administration backed down on that initiative last month amid numerous legal challenges. But the judge said in his ruling that without an injunction, the Trump administration could again attempt to terminate those records.
The Trump administration is also accusing Columbia University of violating federal law for failing to protect Jewish students. They say Columbia has been acting with deliberate indifference towards harassment of Jewish students since October 2023. A spokesperson for Columbia says the accusation is another part of the university's work with the government to fight anti-Semitism on campus. Elite universities across the U.S. have been pressured to comply with demands for school policy changes or risk losing federal funding.
Detained Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil has been allowed to hold his infant son for the first time. It comes after a federal judge blocked the Trump administration's efforts to keep them separated by a plexiglass barrier. The visit came ahead of a scheduled immigration hearing for Khalil, who's been detained since March 8th. Khalil was the first person arrested under President Trump's promised crackdown on pro-Palestinian protesters. He's also one of the few who has remained in custody. as his case goes through the court system.
A new federal bill could make college less affordable for students. Wisconsin higher education leaders warn that education may no longer serve the public good. The Student Success and Taxpayer Saving Plan would limit Pell Grants and federally subsidized loans and cap student aid. The bill would also hold schools responsible for unpaid student loans. Educators and students warn this could hurt Wisconsin's future workforce.
Predominantly, it's going to be low-income students, not having parents who make over $300K a year. That should never be a reason why that I struggle in med school, that I can't afford resources that are going to help me in med school. That should never be the case.
Higher education officials say these changes could leave Wisconsin with fewer teachers, nurses, and doctors and raise questions about the state's education, economy, and equity. And in other state capital news, Democrats are looking to extend child care counts, a pandemic-era program that Republicans took out of the state budget.
Hundreds of Wisconsin child care providers reported that they'd likely close without the funding. More than 1,000 reported that they'd have to at least raise tuition. Funding is set to run out June 30th. Democratic lawmakers have been proposing using $480 million to keep it going. 5 local child care providers already announcing closing, one in Dane County. That leads to difficult decisions for parents.
Families can't survive on one income in this economy. We had 2 kids in college at a public university at the University of Minnesota. 2 kids in college cost less than daycare for our baby.
Meantime, Republican lawmakers have told News 3 Now that they're working on a solution that's more sustainable and not a, quote, Band-Aid.
Dane County Executive Melissa Agard is urging residents to consider becoming foster parents. Dane County has a critical shortage of foster homes. The Dane County Department of Human Services says there have been approximately 110 licensed foster homes in the past year. That's compared to 168 previously. Many of the children in the foster care system are teenagers or are part of a sibling group needing a new place to call home. Dane County offers various types of foster care placements, such as emergency, long-term, and concurrent care. If you are interested about learning more about the process, you can use the link on this story on channel3000.com.
Well, here's a wild story. A Madison man is admitted to dumping used diapers along local roads. He's now facing disorderly conduct charges. Police say multiple complaints were submitted about the littering. One woman reported that she saw diapers being dumped in the area of North Sherman Avenue and Wheeler Road back in March. Police also stated that at the same time, that the same type of used diapers were also seen scattered in the area of Wheeler Road and Highway CV between March and May. Various security videos from businesses captured the suspect apparently dumping those diapers, and police identified him this week.
We now know the name of the man who died in Monday's 3-vehicle crash in Beloit. The Rock County Medical Examiner has identified him as 58-year-old Jay Wood of Milton. Beloit police say another driver rear-ended Wood's car on Madison Road, pushing it into oncoming traffic. Police have cited the driver who hit Wood and say further charges may follow. Memorial Day weekend is shaping up to be the busiest travel period of the year so far. People here in Wisconsin and out-of-state vacationers are heading to the Wisconsin Dells to kick off summer. The Wisconsin Dells Visitor and Convention Bureau reports about 5 million visitors each year, with 40% coming during the summer. Sarah Wright is managing 4 kids on her trip to the Dells. She drove 7 hours from South Dakota, not counting stops for the kids.
I think we're crazy, but there's lots of activities to do here. We love Timbavati Wildlife Park. We're going to go to the Deer Park later today. Everybody is super friendly.
The Dells is a place that we constantly hear stories of people who will say, I came here as a kid, now I'm bringing my kids, my grandparents brought me. You know, it's a generational thing.
This weekend, tens of thousands of visitors will flock to the Dells for Memorial Day. For more information on activities at the Dells, you can, of course, visit WISC-TV.com.
Get ready to lace up those sneakers. Run Madtown is this weekend, and as a result, there are going to be some streets impacted by all the activity downtown. Saturday evening, the Twilight 5K will start and end at the 700 block of State Street. It's going to run through the UW-Madison campus. That race starts at 7 p.m. and is expected to end at 8:30. Then on Sunday, it's the 10K and half marathon. That'll start from the same place there on State Street, again, the 700 block. The 10K will make its way through downtown, while the half marathon will also go through the Arboretum. Those races are expected to wrap up by 11 o'clock in the morning or so. Lanes that are closed for the races are going to be reopened as each runner passes through. If you want more information on all the streets impacted, you can visit runmadtown.com. And then stick around. Coming up here in just a few minutes, Josh Sprider's live in the 608, talking more about Run Madtown.
Yes, seems like it's going to be a real easy morning. At least it's not going to be muggy for those runners and things like that.
It'd be pretty pristine conditions, ideal for running, cool and dry, a little bit of cloud cover maybe. Let's check in with Savannah and see what's coming up in her forecast.
Yeah, guys, it is going to be mostly dry, some sunshine and cooler, which will be good for those that are going to partake in the run. We'll talk about the showers, when those could return, coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We are back checking out what is going on in the 608 this morning. We're talking about Run Madtown as it's set to return to the capital city this weekend with events happening both Saturday and Sunday.
Our Josh Prider is live downtown with how you can take part. Josh, good morning.
Good morning, guys. We're looking ahead to a beautiful weekend for Run Madtown. We're live at the bottom of State Street this morning. Now, this is an event that actually goes over the course of a couple of days. We're talking about a couple of different options for families. Joining us this morning is Beth Salinger of Run Madtown. Beth, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So you guys are super excited to be back for Run Madtown this weekend.
We are. This is like the most fabulous weekend of the year for us, and we just can't wait.
So you're rocking a couple of the medals this morning. Talk about these.
Yeah, so I'm holding the 5K medal and the half marathon medal, and this is what our finishers get when they cross the finish line. We also have a 10K and a Mad for Madtown challenge that's presented by Johnson Fitness and Wellness for people that are going to be participating both Saturday night and Sunday morning. They get a third medal and a bonus gift.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. We have some video we want to show folks because that's really what makes this event so unique is the fact that there are two different events, 2 different days of stuff for folks to be able to participate in.
Absolutely. So the 5K is Saturday night and they start at 7 p.m. and we allow strollers. It's very family friendly. Kids, dogs get to actually register and they get, as opposed to a t-shirt, they're getting a light up dog collar. And so it's really fun. It's very family friendly, and we encourage everybody to come down, whether you walk, run, roll, or stroll. Everybody's welcome. Sunday morning, little bit of a different vibe. It's 7 a.m., and we have a 10K and a half marathon. And again, walkers, runners, both are welcome.
You know, this is so awesome, and there's so much rich history on Run Madtown. This has been around for many years, and it continues to grow year after year.
It does. We're expecting over 3,000 participants, and we have over 400 volunteers this weekend.
So there are multiple ways that people can be part of this. Obviously, you can be a participant, but you're also looking for volunteers at this hour still.
We are. Thank you so much for asking. We could still use some bicyclists to help us on Sunday morning and people in the medical profession. So whether you are a doctor, a nurse, EMT, EMS, PT, or even a student, we would love to have you come out and help us on Sunday morning. And you can just email us, go to our website. We would love the help for volunteers.
Yeah, and we'll have that up on channel3000.com as well. So Beth, why do Run Madtown? Why is this so important for our community?
Well, it's all about the flamingo. So we are all about having fun and bringing everybody in. Like we said, when we talk about walk, run, roll, or stroll, we really mean it. So whatever your skill level is, however you want to participate, we want you to come down. We're about supporting the community. We have tons of community partners, charities. We make donations to our volunteer groups who are schools, who are Boy Scouts, who are different amazing organizations. We want to give back because Madison's amazing. So this is our way of bringing all of them into our fold.
Oh, hey, it's going to be a beautiful weekend too. You guys are really, really excited.
We're so excited about this weather. We could not ask for more perfect weather.
You guys deserve it, Beth. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to learn more about Run Madtown, again, happening both tomorrow and Sunday, forgot it's a long weekend, you can learn more on channel3000.com. We're live in the bottom of State Street this morning. I'm Josh Prider, News 3 Now.
Oh, doesn't it look beautiful down there?
Yes, real nice, real cool to get the weekend started.
There we go. Love it. Thanks, Josh. Josh is always looking for inspiration to share with you folks. Make sure it's in the 608. Email your ideas, send him a note on social media, and watch to see if your idea gets featured.
All right, and if people are headed out to the Run Madtown races, what can they expect today and through the weekend, Savannah?
Yeah, Kyrian, we're not tracking bad temperatures by any means. It's a little cool, but at least we're sitting in the mid-40s right now, and we do have a little bit of sunshine. Today is going to be pretty nice. We'll see a lot of sun. Clouds will increase a little bit as we head closer to dinner time, but temperatures will be in the lower 60s. A couple spots across southern Wisconsin could even reach the mid-60s. Winds will be a small factor. We'll get to that in a minute, but overnight tonight into early tomorrow, some patchy frost is going to be possible. Temperatures get down to 40, although a couple of spots could even get as low as the mid to upper 30s. Some of us are waking up to that right now. I still think the better chance of seeing that frost is going to be north of here across central and especially northern Wisconsin, but we'll still have to watch for that here. So tomorrow morning is going to be a chilly start. That's after the winds are going to gust up to about 15 to 20 miles per hour. The better chance of seeing slightly stronger winds, that's going to be northeast of here. We're looking at about 15 or so in Madison. They come down after midnight tonight. That'll be one of the factors and reasons behind our cooler temperatures and why frost remains possible along with the cool temps that we'll see. Winds are going to gust up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour then tomorrow into the first half of the weekend, and that'll carry us through Monday on Memorial Day too. So not that bad. We're going to be dry though the next couple of days as we head closer to Sunday and Monday. Couple of spotty showers can't be ruled out. I think the better chance over the weekend is going to be south of here across Illinois and then out just west of here across Minnesota and Iowa. As we get closer to Tuesday, Wednesday, that's, I think, our better rain chances across Wisconsin. But not a bad looking Memorial Day weekend. Could always be warmer, but at least we've got temperatures that are going to be returning into the mid to upper 60s all weekend long and on Monday. The shower chances that I was talking about that's going to come over the weekend, that pretty much just stays confined to areas like central and also southern Illinois. Might see a couple of stray showers. I think the better chance for the weekend when you're looking at that Sunday later into Monday on Memorial Day. And with the front, it does look like the better chance still even into early Monday will be luckily just directly west of here. Tuesday, I'm thinking, is when we look to be a little bit more active than what we'll see the next couple of days. Then we return to warmer temperatures, pushing maybe 80 by next weekend.
All right, things are looking good for us after a cool week.
Can't complain about that. All right. Still ahead, we're talking to a college prep program for underserviced students.
We're back right after this. Welcome back. This morning, we're highlighting a summer college prep program for underserved students.
Joining us this morning is Kimberly Beal, one of the program's advisors, and Serenity Stokes, a La Follette student who's participating during the school year and is returning this summer. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Kim, first, can you tell us about the mission of the Upward Bound program and why is it important for the community?
Okay. Upward Bound is a federally funded grant program, and we focus on pre-college students that are first generation aspirations to go to college.
All right, this program helps people just like you, Serenity. What made you want to sign up for this and become a part of Upward Bound?
I just wanted to get into college. Like, none of my family members went to college, so I just want to have a head start.
Yes, very good. Bright future ahead.
Yes.
So, Kim, what are the biggest challenges underserved students face, when applying for colleges?
Well, the first generation kids, they, well, I was a first generation student going to college, and you don't know what to apply for, all the paperwork, FAFSA forms, maneuvering the ACT to get a good score so that you can get into college, and writing all the essays and just all of the preparation that goes into getting accepted and figuring out your career.
It can be so overwhelming.
Right.
Now, Serenity, how has this program helped you? What have they prepared you for, and what are the types of things that you look forward to doing again?
Right. They prepared me for scheduling, planning things for advance, and ACT prep scores, stuff like that, like what they teach you in college.
Where are you at in your journey right now? Like, how far away from college are you? Like, are you going to be are you finishing up your junior year? Are you finishing up your senior year?
I'm finishing my first year of high school.
Hey, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Good for you.
ahead of
Getting a
things.
huge head start.
Yeah, she
It's
wants to
fun.
graduate early, so she joined us so that we can, help her maneuver all of that.
What are your dreams? What are your goals?
I want to be a politician.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's
I love that.
amazing.
Yes.
And starting this early will be great. Yes.
I mean, this is what it's all all about, right? I mean,
Exactly. The
engage-
mentoring part of it is
exactly.
amazing.
Engaging these youth early,
Yep.
getting them on the road to success.
Yep.
So they're ready when that time comes.
Exactly.
That they're not, panicking and the whole process is so overwhelming. All the
It
different
is.
steps and checklists you have to do, and the timelines and the scheduling and everything.
Exactly.
And it's helping people just like Serenity. This is wonderful.
She's an awesome kid. Model student 4.0.
No kidding. Good for you.
Yes.
All right, keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yes. And before we go, Kim, where can people get more information?
You can contact Upward Bound at La Follette or East High School. We also are on Forward Service Company as our parent company that manages us. And so you can reach out on the website.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
We're back with more after this.
This morning, new developments in the murders of 2 Israeli embassy staffers. How mourners are honoring the couple.
Plus, Memorial Day weekend is here and police are increasing patrols. What you need to know before hitting the road.
Hey, good Friday morning, everyone. We have made it to the end of the week. I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for tuning in.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Yes, we've made it to the end of the week. The beginning of the week, I was very disappointed. Had to break back out the heavier coat. But you know what?
We're looking forward.
Yes, that's in the rear
looking
view.
forward this morning.
We're going straight ahead now.
Yeah,
Got it.
pretty nice weekend shaping up for you. Let's check in with meteorologist Fana Brito. She is live outside of our Madison studios in the patio with a look at your Friday morning forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. Temperatures are not off to a terrible start. In fact, most of us across Dane County are actually still in the mid-40s. We're at 45 this morning in Madison, but we do have a couple of cooler spots. Boscobel just directly west of here down to 37. Black River Falls did briefly fall to 32, which is freezing level, but now they're up to 34 and then 38 in Watoma. Everyone will at least reach the 60-degree mark. Most of us lower, maybe even a couple of mid-60s out there. But we'll talk about when widespread mid-60s and even the upper 60s and near 70s are going to return. That's coming up in a bit, guys.
70s will feel good. Thank you, Savannah. Well, this morning, mourners are remembering 2 Israeli embassy staffers who were shot and killed Wednesday in Washington, D.C.
Police say 30-year-old Yaron Lachinsky and 26-year-old Sarah Lynn Milgram were targeted as they left an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum. Police arrested the suspected shooter, Elias Rodriguez of Chicago, at the museum. He remains in a D.C. jail. He faces 5 charges, including first-degree murder and murder of foreign officials. Federal agents searched his Chicago apartment yesterday.
Aid is beginning to trickle into Gaza after a 3-month blockade, but a UN official is warning that the supply is nowhere near enough. A bakery here in Gaza able to bake bread for the first time in months after receiving flour this week. 100 trucks entered Gaza at that time. Aid agency says they're warning, though, that much of Gaza could go into famine if larger volumes of supplies aren't allowed into the enclave. Israel originally forbid aid entering Gaza beginning March 2nd, saying Hamas was trying to steal and profit from it.
As you prepare to hit the road for Memorial Day weekend, police departments across the country are ramping up patrols. Sun Prairie Police are increasing seatbelt enforcement this weekend as part of their Click It or Ticket campaign. Officers are patrolling city streets to remind drivers and passengers to buckle up. Police say the goal is to reduce crashes and keep families safe during one of the busiest travel times of the year.
We want to make sure people are being safe on the roadways, and the way that we can do that is an enforcement piece combined with education. Obviously, we see a number of different crashes throughout the year, but usually holiday weekends are one of our busier times for crashes, so that's why we make sure we have more presence on our roadways at that time.
The Click It or Ticket campaign runs through June 1st. Smith says tickets for not wearing a seatbelt start at $10.
Well, since President Trump took office, he has introduced tariffs on many countries. Those tariffs caused a small business in Mount Horeb to pause production of a new product. Our Ellie La Liberté shows us how the owner is dealing with increased expenses.
Brick Cider in Mount Horeb is a farm-to-table restaurant, and right now they're bottling their raspberry cider. but it's actually this bottle that's causing them concern. The familiar sounds of bottling hard ciders weren't always certain for Matt Raboyne.
I remember our first year just thinking we were just going to go under.
For the past 6 years, he's owned Brick Cider with his wife.
80% of restaurants fail in their first 5 years.
And although he's beaten the odds,
Everything's tight as a small business.
tariffs are his latest hurdle. His newest product is a cream liqueur.
It's a product we've been wanting to do for a while.
And to stand out against competitors, he wants it to come in this specific bottle.
Something like the milkman used to bring, like an old-time milk jug.
A bottle he could only find in his price range and design in China. But when tariffs on China hit 145%, he paused production.
And you make it 145% tariff, and all of a sudden it's like over $36,000. And, you know, and I don't just have $36,000 to shell out for a tax, essentially.
Tariffs on China have since dropped to about 30%, a price Matt says he's willing to pay.
I'm sure everybody's ordering things right now to get in before potentially they go up again. So I worry about it getting stuck in the port and sitting there forever before I pay the tariff on it.
6 years later, he knows one thing for sure.
There's just a lot of uncertainty, I would say.
Reporting in Mount Horeb, LD La Liberté, News 3 Now.
Matt estimates the price of his products go up about 60 cents a bottle. He's also seen prices start to go up on other expenses like coffee and boxes.
Now to some more national news. North Korea's newest warship suffered severe damage during a launch ceremony. Leader Kim Jong-un says the incident brought shame to the nation and vows to punish those responsible. Here is the first warship unveiled in April. Kim Jong-un has ordered repairs on the damaged destroyer to be completed by next month. The accident comes as North Korea undertakes its most ambitious effort to modernize its Navy in decades.
In more local news this morning, a 34-year-old Fitchburg man is in custody after Monona police say they found drugs, cash, and a firearm. A Monona officer stopped a car reportedly related to a joint agency drug trafficking operation. Police said the suspect initially stopped, but when approached by an officer, the male driver took off. Another officer saw the car crash into other vehicles. They helped the people involved in that wreck and then arrested the suspect and the passenger, who they say is a convicted felon. The driver faces second-degree recklessly endangering safety and felony eluding charges.
A judge has set a preliminary hearing for the man accused of a triple homicide in New Lisbon. Virgil Thu is charged with 3 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. He's scheduled to be back in court on August 21st. Prosecutors say Thu killed 33-year-old Elizabeth Kolba along with a 12-year-old girl and a 13-year-old girl. Police found their bodies in a New Lisbon home last December. Police arrested Thu back in January. Court documents say he allegedly admitted to shooting all 3 victims.
The man convicted of killing Brittany Zimmerman, a UW-Madison student inside her downtown apartment, is dead. Court records show David Call was serving a life sentence for the murder. The cause of death at this point is unknown, though. It was 2022. Call pleaded guilty to first-degree intentional homicide for the 2008 murder of Zimmerman.
And new this morning, a house in Kenosha County is destroyed after a fire caused by batteries. The fire killed several pets. Firefighters say flames had already taken over the home when they arrived. They say it started from lithium-ion batteries that were charging for a large drone the homeowner recently bought. Crews used more than 100,000 gallons of water to put out the flames.
Sunday marks 5 years since the murder of George Floyd on George Floyd Square, Minneapolis. People are reminiscing on the time past and the future of the museum. A hairdresser who worked a few storefronts down from where Floyd was murdered wasn't sure her business would survive. An auto shop owner says his business is struggling because people are scared to come by. Others say they're happy living there.
I've been such in a state of grief, and grief takes time, but I think one of the things that makes Black people most resilient is when we turn our pain into power.
Youth activist Jerome Richardson says that as time has passed, the emotions associated with the space have evolved. Now he says they include joy and celebration.
The Madison Police Department's Black Youth Academy returns June 23rd to the 27th. The free camp is for Black students entering 7th and 8th grade. Students will try hands-on activities and explore public safety careers. The camp focuses on leadership and growth. It takes place at the Madison Police Training Center on Femwright Drive. Transportation, breakfast, and lunch are included. Early registration is highly encouraged as spots are limited. For more information, you can visit the story on our website, channel3000.com.
Racing fans will head to Elkhart Lake next weekend for the return of Moto America. It features 6 different classes of races, including superbikes that go almost 200 miles an hour. You can catch practice next Friday, races on Saturday and Sunday. Gates open at 8 a.m. You can find all the ticket information you want at MotoAmerica.com. How about that? Hop on one of those bikes, Kyrie on? What do you think? No?
No, it's probably best I stay away from things like that.
Going and watching it, it's just thrilling enough.
Yeah, so watching I could do, but maybe doing, not so much.
There you go. Next weekend, Moto America.
Well, let's check in with Savannah. What's coming up?
Well, guys, temperatures are slowly warming over Memorial Day weekend. We're forecasting at least the mid-60s. We'll talk about the shower chances we could see as well coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back. UW Health is urging people to take proper precautions when grilling ahead of the unofficial start of summer. Doctors say to never use gasoline, diesel, or kerosene when starting a fire, as they can have the same explosiveness as dynamite. Experts add that people should remove any tripping hazards that are near the fire area. That's especially important if kids are present. Ensure child supervision around flames so no one falls into the fire. You can check with local fire departments for burn bans and refrain from lighting fires on windy days.
That looks good. You can almost smell it through the screen.
Yeah, a little burger, a little action.
All right, let's check in with Savannah Rito. She's here to let us know what it's like outside this morning. We had any nice grilling weather coming up in the forecast?
I think so, yeah. Memorial Day weekend doesn't look too bad. It'll still be unseasonably cool, but at least a lot warmer than the start of our work week. We're at 45 in Madison. It's a little bit cooler up north, though. Wausau at 38, Ladysmith 36. 41 in Rhinelander. That's more so where the patchy frost is possible. We do have frost advisories well up north across northern Wisconsin. I think we could see that tonight as temperatures will fall into the upper 30s across most of the area, but temperatures at least during the afternoon get into the 60s. Most of us are at least looking at the lower 60s. A couple spots could even top out in the mid 60s later, and we'll see a decent amount of sunshine at least through the first half of the day. I think as we head closer to dinner time, that's we're going to see clouds increase. Winds later this afternoon look to gust up to about 15. Areas west or east and northeast of Madison could see slightly stronger winds. They calm down overnight, and then over the weekend they won't be a huge factor, maybe 10 to 15 miles per hour, so not bad, definitely less breezy than the last several days. Saturday's forecast tomorrow afternoon 65, and then Sunday and Monday into Memorial Day, that's when temperatures even get back into the upper 60s, maybe even a couple spots that hit close to the 70-degree mark. That's still below average. Our average high 72 here in Madison. Could see a few isolated showers. I think the best chance, though, Sunday is going to stay south of here. This is about 12:30 p.m., so around lunchtime. Most of those showers across central and then also southern Illinois. Could see a few stray showers. It's not going to be a washout compared to what we had earlier this week, though. This is now Monday, almost dinner time, between 6 and 7 p.m. Some widespread showers move in from the west. I think that could hold off until late Monday night, early Tuesday. That would be the next system to watch for, and I think that's going to be a little bit more widespread. Overall, it's not going to be an active weather pattern, and at least temperatures quickly warm up. We're finally looking at 70s, widespread 70s, and then heading into next weekend, which will wrap up May, head into June, could be pushing about 80 degrees, and those nighttime temps get up there again to the 50s as well. So looks pretty good towards the end of it.
All right. I'm just glad things are heating back up.
I know.
Those 50s, 40s, not for me.
40s were awful with the cold rain. I mean, I'm glad we're not seeing that over the next week. So
yes.
It's going to feel good. We've earned it.
Yeah.
We're looking for some more Plan My Day videos. We'd love to see you record one and send it our way. Just tell us your name, say a little something fun about yourself, tell us where you're at, and in Savannah we'll give you a customized forecast. That video can be uploaded right to our website, the First One Weather app, Facebook Messenger, or email. And then watch to see if you make it on the air.
Switching gears to the 608, Run Madtown returns to the capital city this weekend with events happening both Saturday and Sunday.
Josh Breider is live downtown this morning with how you can take part. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. It's going to be a beautiful weekend for Run Madtown, and there are a couple of different opportunities for you to be part of it. Joining us this morning is Beth Salinger. Beth, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You guys are super excited. The weekend is finally here. We were just talking off camera. It's hard to believe that it's Memorial Day weekend already.
I know, it's a little chilly, but the weather is perfect to be outside and to be moving.
What is Run Madtown all about?
So Run Madtown is 3 days of running and walking and moving. We have a Twilight 5K Saturday night, a 10K and half marathon Sunday morning. And for those that are a little bit mad for Madtown, they can participate on 2 days, both Saturday night and Sunday morning. And as a bonus, they get a fun towel.
That is so cool. And this flamingo, this is a big part of who you guys are all about.
Yeah, we are about the flamingo. It's all about the flock, right? So you never see a lone flamingo. They're always with their flock, and that's who we are. So we have this huge community of flock stars that join us, whether it's our volunteers, whether it's our sponsors, whether it's our athletes. You're never alone. You're always supported.
We want to show folks some video because this is such a beautiful course for people, because we know Madison is a beautiful place, right? But you guys make sure that we get to all those areas that really mean a lot to being here in the capital city.
You really never know a city until you see it from the ground, when you're walking. When you drive past things, you're not paying attention. When you're on your feet, you absolutely see how amazing it is. We run around the Capitol. We run through the Arboretum, right past the zoo. We go up Monroe Street, right in front of Camp Randall, right down the Lakeshore Path, State Street. It's iconic. Like, we hit all the amazing, wonderful things about Madison.
And what's so unique about this is, there's not just one event. You guys have both Saturday and Sunday, which makes this pretty cool.
It is. It's 2 days of getting out there and moving. 3 different distances, so no matter whether you walk, you run, you roll, you stroll, there's something for everybody.
And of course, you wouldn't be able to do this without all these community partners that kind of tee you up for a successful weekend.
Absolutely. We work with so many Madison area businesses that support us, and in some really unique, fun ways. Our final mile is being sponsored by Sweetgreens, so we're doing a whole countdown as you're getting to the final mile, including a cheer squad to get you that last push. We have Quick Trip that's supporting us. Obviously, Johnson Fitness is our Mad for Madtown Challenge. Little Words Project will be at the post race party, so if you wanted to make a Run Madtown bracelet on race day, US Cellular. I mean, there's just so many that I cannot remember them all, but of course we want to thank them all because they're so important. Wisconsin Beef Council and Wisconsin Potato Growers Association, they're amazing, and we thank them all because the event doesn't happen without their support.
Yeah, and of course, you talk about that local impact. I mean, this is huge. So how can people be a part of this? Because they can participate, but you're also looking for volunteers. So there's multiple different ways.
100%. So we could still use a couple hands that want to support and help us out on Sunday morning. If you like to bike, we could use some bicyclists on Sunday to support our athletes. If you're in the medical field, whether you are a PT, EMS, EMT, nurse, doctor, or a student, we would love your help as well. You can go to our volunteer page, or if you just want to volunteer, we would love the help. You can come down to Library Mall Sunday morning, 5:30 or 6, and just come. We have a variety of roles. All ages are welcome, so it's great for kids. You can get student hours. Come help. And you can still register.
And it's going to be a great weekend, Beth. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
You bet. And if you'd like to learn more about Run Madtown, I have everything you need to know, including links up on channel3000.com. Live on State Street this morning, I'm Josh Spreader, News 3 Now this morning.
All right, Josh, gorgeous weather out there. Look at that. Doesn't State Street look beautiful this morning?
Yes.
We have some good weather this weekend, too, for the run. Josh, thank you. Josh is always looking for inspiration for In the 608. Got an idea? Reach out and let him know about it.
Coming up in the morning sprint, new changes to Harvard enrollment.
If you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. Back with the sprint next.
Time now for the morning sprint.
Mourners gathering outside the White House last night to honor 2 Israeli embassy staffers shot and killed Wednesday in Washington, D.C. Police say 30-year-old Yaron Lachinsky and 26-year-old Sarah Lynn Milgram were targeted as they left an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum. The suspected shooter, Elias Rodriguez, was arrested at the scene and now faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder.
At the state capitol, Democrats are looking to extend child care counts, a pandemic-era program that Republicans took out of the state budget. Funding for child care programs is set to run out June 30th. Democratic lawmakers have proposed using $480 million to keep it going.
Dane County Sheriff's Office asking for help this Memorial Day weekend in the search for a missing boater on Lake Monona. As more people are out on the water over the holiday, police are asking folks to look out if they go boating or swimming, and if they see anything unusual, to call 911 for help.
The Department of Homeland Security says Harvard University can no longer enroll foreign students. Existing international students must transfer or lose their legal status. Officials accuse Harvard of fostering violence. Harvard calls the move unlawful and says it threatens their mission and harms the community.
The man convicted of killing Brittany Zimmerman inside her downtown Madison apartment is dead. Court records show David Call serving a life sentence at Down Correctional Institution. The cause of death, though, unknown. It was 2022. Call pleaded guilty to first-degree intentional homicide for Zimmerman's murder in 2008.
Sun Prairie Police are increasing seatbelt enforcement this Memorial Day weekend as part of their Click It or Ticket campaign. Officers are patrolling city streets to remind drivers and passengers to buckle up. Police say the goal is to reduce crashes and keep families safe during one of the busiest travel times of the year.
People tend to trust those who grew up poor over people who grew up rich. That's according to a study by the American Psychological Association that did an experiment where it gave participants profiles of fictional people and asked who they'd trust more with money. Most people believe those who grew up with less money were more moral and trustworthy than people who had a privileged childhood.
Well, we've got the lower to mid 60s today, and then temperatures are going to warm from here on out. Memorial Day weekend looks pretty good. It'll be a little cooler than normal, but at least we've got some sunshine. Should stay mostly dry. I think Monday we could see a couple of showers, but the better chance will return by Monday night into Tuesday, and then a warm stretch after that. That'll take us to the end of May.
All right, things looking a lot better for the weekend.
So much more comfortable and slow warm up. Thank you, Savannah. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning. Coming up next is CBS Mornings.
Our next newscast is coming up at noon. Remember, you can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+.
Have a great weekend.